Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of our 170 kilometer cycle from Nagoya to Kyoto. In this video, we'll be cycling along Lake Biwa down towards Kyoto to finish our ride. And if you didn't see our first part of today's video yet, here's a link to that video. Earlier this morning, we cycled 93 kilometers from Nagoya in Aichi Prefecture to Ogaki in Gifu Prefecture, and then over to Hikone in Shiga Prefecture, where our Lake Biwa segment of our ride is beginning. Cycling around Lake Biwa, or Biwaichi as they say in Japanese, is one of the most popular cycling routes in Japan, and fortunately today we had some great weather during our ride. Most people cycle counterclockwise around Lake Biwa, but we'll be cycling clockwise today down to Kyoto. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started with today's video.
Oh yeah, this is the view we were waiting for. Nice little glimmer in the sunlight along the coast here. We've got a bunch of cars over here to keep us company as well. So fun story about Lake Biwa. This was actually Chung's first ever long ride. So before we started dating, she told me she wanted to get into cycling. She wanted to go on a long ride. Her goal was to ride around Lake Biwa, which is about 150 kilometers, and she trained maybe 3 or 4 times. And then we rode around Lake Biwa together. She was on a borrowed bike on flat pedals, and she just crushed it, so no problem there. And yeah, today we're unfortunately not doing a full lap of Lake Biwa, but we'll be riding along a significant portion of it. Unfortunately, the busy side, but it's a great route to cycle. If you haven't seen the video, I'll link our Lake Biwa cycling video, so you can go check that out. You'll notice that the path along the coast is not entirely coast. So we've got a couple sections like this where you're in between houses, you're on regular roads. Sometimes you got to go on the sidewalk. Sometimes there's a dedicated bike lane. Unfortunately, it is a little bit inconsistent, but there are a lot of facilities along this path that help support cyclists. So you'll see lots of cycle aid stations. Any convenience store stop, they'll have bike racks for you to hang your bike up. And even just regular cafes and other shops will have those too. So really great to see. There's a lot of people out here every day doing, it's called Biwaichi. So it's cycling around Lake Biwa. And for those of you who don't know, Lake Biwa is actually the biggest lake in all of Japan. And it's still really nice to see a lake here, because where I live in Japan, in Nagakute and Nagoya, there's no lakes, it's just rivers. And Japan's all river based, so it's really strange for someone like me who comes from a place where it's all lakes. So I feel kind of like I'm at home when I'm here, but at the same time not, because it's surrounded by mountains, and there's no mountains in Michigan, at least not the southern part. And we got lots of mountains surrounding here. And 110 kilometers in, we're starting to get a nice sunset over into this mountain area that we're passing through. So I mentioned earlier, this is one of the more popular cycling routes here in Japan, the Biwaichi route. You can see we're going on the opposite direction of the course, but there's blue arrows on the road here. Those are markers that this is a bicycle path. And as you can see, there's lots and lots of cars speeding by here. And most of those cars are giant and massive, like this giant truck, and you can see, even though this is a really popular cycling route, it's really not a great cycling route for the entire route. Don't get me wrong, there's definitely some great parts on the course, but you can see the path that we're on right now isn't that great, and the main road path isn't that safe with all those giant trucks. But there are some really scenic and really nice parts. It's just not really like a consistent package, if that makes sense. Like, they have some parts of the course that are really great, but other parts of it are just kind of too dangerous, and it's better to take the sidewalk and be safe. I don't want to get slammed by one of those giant trucks that are just speeding through. And right now we're actually branching off into one of the nicer, more quieter, more scenic parts on the route. So I was just mentioning that the course is full of dangerous parts, and now I'm full of crap. Here we go, we're going into one of the more beautiful parts. back on the bike paths, about 120k in. You can see the lines are a little bit better on here. They actually have dotted lines instead of just the arrows, so maybe a little bit safer here. Oh wait, never mind. It ends and goes back to normal right away. Chung's starting to get pretty tired. We're at about 123 kilometers right now, 6.5 hours in. So we're gonna take a quick little break here. Found a beach area, so gonna check it out, rest up the legs a little bit, enjoy the views of the lake before it starts to get dark. The sun is coming down. Let's go. Unfortunately, sun is really coming down now. We've still got about 35 kilometers to go, and looks like we're going to be in the dark for about at least an hour, but it's all right. The main bridge crossing over Lake Biwa right now, and fortunately still a little bit light here, but the sun has just went down over the mountains down there, so it's going to be getting dark really quick. But last year when we rode this ride, Chung and I ate over at this restaurant down here, and she stole my ice cream. I'll never forget. Anyway, back on the road after a quick selfie. Chitori shiyou! Let's go. So after climbing through the mountains in the dark, we finally made it into Kyoto. We finally made it to our hotel, only to run into a bit of a situation. Our hotel double booked us, told us that we could go to another one of their partner hotels or something, and they had a room there for us with a similar setup, same price and everything. We went there, and apparently no one there knew the situation, so they didn't have any rooms, and we went back to the original hotel. They're trying to fix whatever, who knows what's gonna happen. I got pretty angry at them. I was nice the first time around, but the second time I got pretty angry because we rode pretty long today, a bit over 150 kilometers today, so, and also didn't really eat a solid meal all day, so there's that as well, and we get grumpy when we're hungry, I guess. Anyway, because of that, we are getting some food right now. We're gonna get some okonomiyaki and yakisoba from Yume Yaki. Here we go. After a hard ride, Chung's got a big smile on her face. Nande daro?
食べていいかな。
夢焼き。夢焼き。
目焼き。
お疲れ様です。So, long story short, we went back to the first hotel, and I kind of went into rage mode in Japanese. At first I was dealing with them in English, and they were really polite, but after just, yeah, we rode 165k, it was dark, we were hungry, we haven't eaten dinner yet, and we were looking forward to a shower, and just finding out we didn't have a hotel room was kind of a really crappy situation, but promised to take care of the situation while we got our food. So we got some dinner, and they found us a new hotel room, and here we are. Check out our new place. Yeah, I'm ready to pass out right now, but we're in a pretty narrow little bunk bed room, which is fine. We've got some privacy. It's actually really, really good quality. We've got our bikes here in our
Bike bags are Rinko bags because you can't bring your bikes anywhere in Japan without putting them in a bag. So yeah, really nice setup here, and a bit annoyed that we had to deal with this situation in the first place. Pretty rare. This is the first time anything like this ever happened to me in all of my travels, and I've traveled like quite a few countries and all around Japan, and I've never had this situation happen to me. So first for everything, I guess. But yeah, I'm a little too tired to do a tour or anything right now. I'm ready to pass out. So gonna do a quick closing message. We'll see you guys in the next video tomorrow, where we're gonna be cycling around some of the Kyoto attractions. So that's gonna be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Be sure to give a like if you like the video, share it with a friend if you have friends, and we'll see you in the next one. Tung's back so she can say her greeting.
バイバイ。
明日京都のいいところ見に行くね。どこ行きたい？
その赤の門。
伏見なんとか。
伏見行ったことないから。
So the place with like a bunch of like red gates. So we'll be sure to go there tomorrow. Anyway, we're gonna go to bed. ね。早く寝て。明日いっぱい遊ぶ。じゃあまたね。